Hi, welcome to Facing Danger, the Lockdown Tapes. In this first series of videos, we're going to be looking at the myths and misconceptions and commonly held assumptions that people hold when faced with danger. It's important that these are debunked because they can divert very precious resources that we have into meaningless activities. They can undermine our confidence and even place us in greater danger. In this particular video, we're going to be looking at the role of size and strength. Why? Because at the beginning of many of my courses, people will come up to me and say, but I wouldn't have a chance if that person turned on me. Have you seen the size on some of the people I'm working with? And undoubtedly, if you put me in a boxing ring with some of the people I've worked with in the past, I wouldn't last half a second. It'd be the end of Ian. Ian's flat out on the floor, end of match. But facing danger is not like a boxing match. My best friend at school was called Richard. He was huge, immense. He was like a human Goliath. And I was glad to have him as my friend for many reasons. But also he could become my human shield. If I got myself in big trouble with the other kids, I'd just push him in front of me and that would do the job. But the thing about Rich was that he got bullied relentlessly by some of the other kids. They were half his size. They would make his life hell. I'd see him sometimes break down in tears. I'd go to him and say, listen, Rich, if not for yourself, for me, next time they do that to you, please just sit on them. But he couldn't. He was a gentle giant. His size was not his friend. His body was not his friend. He wished he could just diminish himself and make himself disappear into the crowd. His size, if anything, made him more of a target. When you think about the people that have placed you in danger, the behaviour that's placed you in danger, how much of that has actually been to do with size or strength? Now, I've worked in this field all my professional career. And during that career, I've been in situations where I've felt frightened, I've felt scared. There are times when I thought, this is it, it's the end. You're not going to survive this one, Ian. But actually, I have never been physically assaulted by any of the people I've been working with. Not once. Even though I believed I would be. And when I think about the people who scared me most, very, very rarely has that been anything to do with their size or their strength. The thing about facing danger is it's not like a physical duel. It's not like a boxing match. It's a psychological duel. The point I'm making is that when faced with danger, the role of size, strength and physical force is almost insignificant. It's minute. And yet we ascribe to these things huge significance to the point that we disempower ourselves. When watching staff who come across as competent in facing danger, it's not because they're large or they're strong. It's because they come across as knowing what they're doing it confidently and doing it competently. And the level that they're working is at the level of the psychological duel, not the physical duel. I'm not saying that size and strength are irrelevant. If you work in a role which involves enforcement, if you have to arrest or restrain people, then clearly size and strength can be a great help. But for most of us, it's the psychological battle that goes before that physical contact that's going to be important, and that's where we need to focus our energies. I'm not saying that people shouldn't study the martial arts, go on courses on breakaway techniques and restraint techniques. If those give you greater confidence, then that's great. But it's the confidence that you need to be able to manage dangerous behaviour, not the physicality.